Hi everyone, I'm Stephanie Brinkerhoff with Hair and Makeup by Steph, and today I'm going to be walking you through this really pretty statement-making chignon. Alright, so a key feature in this style is going to be the piece that we leave out around the face. So I'm going to go ahead and get that sectioned out and clipped aside. So you want to create a deeper side part. I'm going up from about the middle of her eyebrow. Okay, and then about 2 inches back, I'm going to create a line that goes down. So I just took this down about to her parietal ridge. Okay, and then I'll just get this clipped aside and we can work with that later. I find that it's a little bit easier to work with the hair if there's a tiny bit of bend through the ends. So I'm just gonna go in with a 1 1/4 inch curling iron. So I'm not being strategic about this. I'm just getting some curls in the ends. This is just gonna make it easier to work with the hair so that I'm not dealing with like super blunt straight ends. But if you are short on time, you can always skip this step. And I'm only doing the ends. I want everything through the top to be nice and straight. Once I have everything curled, I'm going to get all of the hair, aside from this front piece that we've clipped out, everything else is going to get put in a ponytail that's going to sit mid-back. So you definitely want to err on the side of being a little bit higher rather than too low. So I'm gonna have her tilt her chin up, and I'm gonna start getting all of this brushed together in the back. So I'm including this shallow side over here. And I want everything to be nice and smooth. So she does have some tape-in extensions. So as I'm getting all of this brushed back, I'm just being really mindful of that on the sides, making sure all of those are hidden. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and get that secure. And then once the elastic is in, I'm going to go in with my fingers and my tail comb to smooth this out and to hide any extensions that you can still see. So I'm just detailing the shape. Okay, and she has a couple flyaways down here that I'm just spraying with the Kenra Volume Spray 25 to get all of that nice and smooth. And then I'm just going to continue to take my time detailing everything through the crown and the sides. So sometimes this part of the process can take a minute. And it's definitely okay to take your time because it's one of the most important parts of the process. Just detailing, really making sure you're getting it looking nice and smooth. So I'm taking this tail comb and I'm just taking it right underneath that top layer and just smoothing everything out. So before we create our bun, I would just want to add a little bit of back combing through this ponytail. So I'm not doing a ton. I'm just going in, doing a little bit at the roots, and then getting that sprayed with the Kenra Volume Spray 25. And what this is going to do is it's going to make this section so it all moves together as one piece instead of a bunch of small sections that I'm trying to get to flow together. So I'm kind of just blending it all together with this back combing. It's also going to make it a little bit less silky, which is going to make it easier to work with as well. Okay, once that's all back combed, I want to go in and smooth the exterior. So underneath as well as on top, everything on the outside, nice and smooth. Okay, and then to make this look a little bit more polished, I'm gonna get some of the Kenra Platinum Working Wax on my fingers, and I'm gonna work that through the base of the ponytail just to smooth out all of these flyaways. Okay, and then I'm going to do it on top as well. Okay, and then to create our actual chignon, what I'm going to do is I'm going to lift the hair up and I'm going to place an elastic maybe 3 or 4 inches away from the base. So like right in here somewhere. If I want to slide it down, I can always slide it down a little bit more. I'm gonna slide hers down a little bit further. Okay, so maybe right in there. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to split the hair in half, the ends of the ponytail. And then this is just gonna get wrapped down and tucked. Okay, so once that's tucked, you can spread out the sides a little bit to make this shape a little bit more rounded. And then you can go ahead and get that bobby pinned in place. Okay, so now I'm just taking my pins and I'm going on the interior of this and bobby pinning that in place. Okay, and then I'm just going in with a little bit more of the Kenra Volume Spray 25, and then we can work with our ends. So I'm gonna do the same thing with each of these pieces where I get these back combed so that they're nice and fluffy. So you want it to be nice and spread out like this. So I'm going to take one of the sides, I'm going to wrap it and tuck it underneath on the opposite side. So when you're doing this, you want to make sure that you don't have any holes in here. So I want to pull that tight enough in there to hide that hole. And then I'm just bobby pinning that right up underneath there. So I'm just bobby pinning right in here. Okay, and then I'm going to take the last piece, making sure it's nice and smooth, and I'm going to wrap it down and tuck it underneath and get it pinned underneath this first piece. Okay, so at this point I just have my two pieces left. I'm going to get them gathered together so that they're just one piece. I'm getting that nice and smooth. And then I'm just going to tuck my ends and hide them in the interior. So I'm just rolling that up. And I'll hide that in there. Then I'm just going in with the Volume Spray 25 and getting all of that locked in place. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to get this curled towards the face. So we're going for a bit of a statement with this piece. So I'm gonna make it a little bit more dramatic. I'm gonna spray this with the Kenra Hot Spray 20. Slightly misting that. Brushing this forward. Okay, and then going in again with my 1 1/4 inch iron and just curling this towards the face. All right, and then once I have that curled, I'm gonna go in and back comb at the roots to get quite a bit of volume in this. So I'm starting here at the top off of her part, taking a small row, and I'm gonna hold this vertically and get some nice tight back combing in there. And then I'll spray that with the Kenra 25, and I'll keep doing that, working my way down through this section. Okay, then I'm going to get the exterior of this smoothed so that I'm not losing my volume, but I'm hiding all of my back combing. And as I start to get this brushed out, it will start to take shape. Okay, and then once I get this placed how I want it, I'm going to spray it with the Kenra Volume Spray 25 to lock that in place. Okay, and that completes the statement making chignon. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that you learned something new and are excited to try it out. If you want to see more styles from me, you can click on one of these videos.